MAGA, let me holler at y'all real fast. AR Gravity, any day above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Tuesday. MAGA, I need y'all to explain to me how y'all are such the Second Amendment gurus, but you got this going on. Now, this is from 2018. This is Pam Bondi, right there. This is your AG, DIAG. But what did she say? Let's hear what she said.
Rewriting it, and we are going to create something called gun violence restraining order. So if someone is simply committed, which and typically you hold for up to 72 hours, but people are getting out within 24 hours of conviction. So what we want to do is let law enforcement come in and take the guns. They're a danger to themselves or others. Well, they're because without being adjudicated, they're a danger to
We want
themselves
them to take the guns and
when they are
not go
committed.
through 6 months of legal trial.
Exactly, but we also have to give the mentally ill the due process in which they deserve precedent. So what we're doing is they're going to be able to take the guns, then they're taken into custody or into the hospital, and then when they're released, within 24 hours or 72 hours, they have to release 24 hours, but law enforcement will have 72 hours to determine whether they should give those guns back or they can go to a judge and say, Your Honor, please keep these guns. We feel this person is still a danger to himself or others.
So
Whether
this would
they're
not
out
have worked the way it's going. This would not have worked proves as it's going.
as it's currently written. We're going to make changes.
MAGA, let me holler at y'all. Now, I know y'all gonna tell me this is 2018, but why would you want to support somebody who wants to take your guns? I see why MAGA let Trump go to that libertarian convention and get their support. I see why now. You did that because you knew that this video was out there and you knew the libertarians would have been your biggest threat right now when this video dropped. But the fact that you sent that man over there and neutralized any momentum they could have had, because remember, during the election cycle, they were starting to come on strong. And then when he got to that convention and left, they lost all credibility. You knew that this was the end game. And y'all in there in this comment thread where I got this video from trying to cop please. As I said, they don't care about this country. They only want to be celebrities. This video is from 2018. Who cares? This is the same chick who has the Epstein files on her desk and currently reviewing it. Now comes out that the FBI people in there are deleting files. They're deleting documents. So where's this swamp that y'all telling me that they were gonna drain? You were gonna get all the FBI anti-Trumpers out. What's going on? And Trump sat there and let her say that, and he's supposed to be the Second Amendment guy. He came out, remember, he came out last year and said he's for the Second Amendment. Mm-hmm. Okay. Somebody wrote, let's try to figure this out. Is Pam being put in Trump's spotlight to get exposed? I don't know anything about our past, but I'm guessing there are things we're going to find out. Oh, God. The people that y'all let into your political ideology and y'all don't vet, it never ceases to amaze me. Look, nice try. It's a 7-year-old video, and you cool with it. What's to say that these people, especially them cops, you're leaving it up to cops to make a determination how mentally ill you are to take your guns. So if they come over for whatever reason and you get loud with them, You act a little erratic, they're going to say you're mentally ill to take your guns, and y'all are cool with that. We've literally, on this platform, for those who have never been here before and who happen to see this, we literally showed a video months ago. It may be over a year ago. Dad in Arkansas gave his son an ear piercing. Somebody on his block called the cops. They walked in his house and arrested him. Just for ear piercing. We've seen cops run up in people's houses for less. And y'all are cool with somebody taking your guns because they're aligned to Trump. Wait till we get to the Kash Patel stuff. Again, remember, I got trolled when I said Kash Patel should not be y'all's FBI director. People telling me that that man's great. Wait till I play what he said after his first interview since being confirmed. And they were in there copping pleas. Somebody with some sense only proves the fact that it was an awful idea to bring her in again, but it's not him picking, I get it. His answer's to the same master as she does. But I thought Trump had all this power. I thought I was told Trump could not be told what to do. If this was a Biden-Harris clip, people would be super pissed. This is Trump, though. It's all good. Any one of you retards actually think that your local law enforcement are the good guys and will want you to have your guns back? No, because what they're going to do is take it and then they're going to sell it to cartels. But, you know, it is what it is. It would be honest to say this video was from 2018 and you think he really thinks a prosecutor is going to change their stances that much in 7 years. Let me help you, Cy Flem, or whatever the hell your name is. She said this while working in Florida, you know, second to Texas for these gun laws, be the bastion of guns. She said this. You know, the same state with the Baker Act. That's basically how she's playing it. She wants the Baker Act federalized. I'm sure. I don't know if they're white supremacist trolls, Miss Niecy, because I think a lot of them are coming from the Joy Reid video. Take the guns first and then go through due process later. Told you Trump was no friend of 2A. He's your NRA favorite candidate. Pam Bondi needs to pump the brakes on this. Well, she ask her how she feels now. If this video isn't AI, Bondi was against red flag laws that said they're unconstitutional dozens of times. Not buying it. How is it AI? Then somebody said she supported and got this crap passed in Florida. And then somebody said, boy, she's a little two-faced. And she had just read up on what you said. Very troubling. Trump wants to take your guns. But again, when people pointed this out, y'all said he was crazy. We were crazy. Okay, here we are now. There you go. Gentlemen, you are one crazy girlfriend / ex-girlfriend away from losing your rights. Plan and conduct yourself accordingly. Make wise choices. Okay. Now you want to do it. He's not taking our guns. Okay. Okay. He's not taking your guns. The woman literally said 7 years ago she wanted to federalize the Baker law. That's basically what she said. But okay, you're right. A woman says this in 2018 while being the AG of Florida, and now she's the AG of the country. Really think she's not going to change? Okay. You got here late. So we'll play it again. You got here late.
We've been rewriting it, and we are going to bring in something called the gun violence restraining order. So if someone is civilly committed, typically you can hold them for up to 72 hours, but people are getting out within 24 hours, the majority of them. So what we want to do is let law enforcement come in and take the guns.
This was Florida, madam, and they passed it. So go ahead and tell me again. This man said, God bless Trump. Good. I hope you say that when he takes your guns. I hope you say it. Because y'all seem to forget that cops can make the recommendation to have you committed. They have a say in that. Maybe y'all didn't know that. But, y'all don't know half of the laws that are in this country. Well, more than half. You only know about the laws that service you. Say less. Continue, Pam. Say it again.
Are a danger to themselves
Which you can't
or
do
others.
right now.
Uh-huh.
Because without being adjudicated.
Ma'am, Britt, it's already in Florida. What are you talking about? Go look up Florida's law. She just told you what it is. The gun violence restraining order. It's passed in Florida. It's already happening. And coupled with the Baker Act, they can send you to a mental health institution and take your guns. Man, oh, God. She said that's Florida, though. Man, is she not the AG of the country right now? Again, surface level thinking.
You want them to take the
I ask again, is she the AG of the country? Yes or no? Answer the question, Britt.
guns and
When they are
not go through 6 months of legal trials and everything.
Exactly. But we also have to give the mentally.
What bunch of other people agree with you? Who agrees with her? Oh, so wait, Britt, you're telling me you agree with somebody taking your guns because they perceive you as being crazy. You're cool with that. That's what you're telling me. Eli, shut up. Because I don't have TDS. This is nothing about Trump. I'm literally talking about Pam Bondi. I'm not even talking about Trump. Oh, the dumb people in my chat. Well, dumb people in the chat. She called you dumb. So show her how smart you are. I'm going to wait. We're going to have fun. I'm going to let the smart people in the chat show you how dumb you really are. Because y'all the fact that he could pick some bum off the street and y'all going to say he's a patriot. I get it. I get it. Because you right. She's okay. She's okay. She's okay. you got whole articles on this chick talking about how they don't understand who she is. Yes, I'm black and I'm smarter than you, Eli. Yes, I know. It's confusing for you. I know. And you type exactly like I thought you type. You type like an inbred. But y'all cool with her because she's next to Trump. You got all the real two-way outside looking at her and wanting to be like, yo, Trump, can we get her impeached? Can you fire her? Oh, Eli's mad now. I called him an inbred. Now he hurt. I would say sorry, but I don't care. Oh, boy. Fam, I tell you they dumb. I tell you they dumb. Y'all agree with me, then they come in there, they gotta prove to us that they're not dumb, and then they show us that they're dumb. They're cool with somebody taking the guns. Sir, I'm not mad over Trump. We're laughing. We've been laughing since he was asking everyone to support him in his second bid. We were laughing. That's why we're in great health. Laughing kills calories. So please, miss me. You could type Trump all you want in there, sir. Okay, that's great. I'm glad you voted. That's wonderful. We could care less. Trump is the president now. Great. Go service the people.
Need America to wake up and prioritize Israel, and bring home Israelis, and make sure we stand by our number one ally in Israel.
Huh. Interesting. Thank you, Cash. I'm glad you said that. Say it again.
The machinery that feeds money. We will shut off the machinery that feeds money into Iran. We will no longer have 100 hostages still in captivity, Israeli and American and otherwise, by Hamas and Iran's Hezbollah mercenary forces. We need America to wake up and prioritize Israel, and bring home Israelis, and make sure we stand by our number one ally.
So we should use our tax dollars to prioritize Israel. Sir, we literally just showed you that we don't get all our news from X. But I get it. You just got here first. I get it. Sir, we play all the networks. Maybe you didn't know this. By the way, this is from Fox. Maybe you didn't know that. I'll help you. That's from Fox Business. So exactly what news did I get from X? Oh, I know, Eli. You walk the slow bus route. I forgot about that. You pick up little pebbles. I forgot. Would you like me to get it from Fox News? Would you like me to get him saying it there? I'm just saying. Would you like me to do that? I could do that for you. I don't care that Kamala lost. We didn't vote for her. Next question. It actually took you longer than I thought. I figured you'd come in here and said that we were Democrats. Well, this is not a Democrat channel. Maybe you didn't know that. I could prove it to you. I made fun of Joy Reid the other day. What Democrat does that? Just figured I'd help you out. We know y'all don't think that far ahead. Anything past 5 minutes, it hurts your head. I get it. Just saying. Now you want to say something else? Come on. This motherfucker said Kamala lost. Okay. Would you like to see how many videos I went in on Kamala Harris? We could do that for you. It's not that much of a detour. You sound dumb. Oh, I'm on Fox. Okay, you want me to go to CNN? We could do that. I ain't averse to it. They not blocked. You want me to go to CNN? You want me to go MSNBC? You want me to go Al Jazeera, Reuters? I'll let you pick. Where you want me to go? Where do you want me to go, sir? Let me know. Whatever makes you feel safe. Where do you want to go? Come on, Eli. It's only 3 letters or 5 letters. Come on. It can't be that hard to type. Come on. Which site you want me to go to? See, unlike y'all, we don't sit on one side. We look at everybody. You probably can't even spell Al Jazeera. Matter of fact, let me see what Al Jazeera be talking about. Let me see what Al Jazeera be talking about. What they got? There you go. There you go. Al Jazeera out there just dropping it, boy. They just dropping the news. There you go. Iran rules out direct talks with U.S. amid Trump's maximum pressure policy. This motherfucker, he need to come to one of them live streams when we be doing like either election coverage or we doing the State of the Union or a debate. We be channel switching like a motherfucker. You think I have a remote? Look, Al Jazeera even got their thing set up like Instagram. This is gangster. Wow. What happened, Eli? Oh, Al Jazeera, that broke you. I know. Let me go to Reuters. I want to shatter your ego. Let's go to Reuters. Look at Reuters. I know you don't know nothing about no Reuters. Now watch. I'm gonna watch, family. I'm gonna go to the AP next and watch he gonna chime in and say something. Watch this. Just watch the chat. He gonna show up. Watch. Unless somebody blocked him. Nah, he's still there. Now watch. We finna go. Watch he gonna pipe up. What AP saying? Nearly 40% of contracts canceled by Musk's Doge are expected to produce no savings. Jesus Christ. Well, they did say they want to limit the workforce in the federal government. Yeah. So you're not going to save nothing. All right. Cool. I mean, that's what's up. Trump expresses hope Russia's war in Ukraine is nearing an endgame as he meets with Francis Macron. And look at him holding his hand. Get some. Well, ain't that how the French do it? Look, the Palestinians want Pepsi. Coca-Cola's appeal to Palestinians fizzles as the Mideast war boosts demands for a local lookalike. Pepsi finna go over there. You gotta love geoeconomics. You gotta love it. Unreleased Nikes being targeted in freight trains traveling through California and Arizona deserts. They knocking off trains again. What are we in the Wild Wild West? Ooh. Idaho town meeting turns chaotic after woman's forcibly removed for shouting at speakers. All right now. What's the matter, Eli? You didn't like it? Why is she kissing on her like that? Jesus Christ. What's the matter, Eli? You don't like one of my sources? You don't like them? Oh, wait. I got to wait. This is where he going to pipe up back at. We're going to put msnbc.com. That's where he going to pipe back up. The devastating consequences of Trump's postal service privatization plan. Oh, Lord. We back to this again. The very simple reason Donald Trump cannot serve a third term. Well, he's going to try. Trump opens up another front in his war on America's system of checks and balances. Well, this is what y'all wanted. Ooh, Supreme Court rules death row inmate Richard Glossip deserves a new trial citing prosecutorial misconduct. Here we go. Let's see what this is. But they couldn't get Richard Williams one. All right. No, I'm sorry, Marcus Williams one. They couldn't get him one. All right. This is interesting. Well, listen, them inbreds, it's hard. It's hard out here for inbred. I'm sitting there talking about Pam Bondi. He talking about TDS. Don't you mean PDS? Because I've been on the front lines from day one when they said that they were considering her. I said, you better not put her in there. Because I actually did my research. But okay. Sorry. He likes blondes. That's why they look like it. To answer your super chat. I don't know why the sound went off. Well, there's a name I haven't seen in years, Millie Weaver. Mm. U.S. Well, what is this? Well, if these pictures look like this, how the hell is the public supposed to know who it is? All right. Jack Barber said more Democrat shenanigans. It's always been shenanigans. A whistleblower just revealed that the FBI is deleting massive amounts of evidence so Cash Patel and Dan Bongino can't use it. Okay. I mean, I'm sure they are. I think they don't like the fact that I got in the algorithm yesterday. I think that's what it is. The official picture of FBI Director Cash Patel. All right. Oh, somebody went off this, well, yesterday about pardoning January 6 people. I was like, Lord. Oh, it was on CNN. It was friggin' great. Who was, oh yeah, it was Tara Setmeyer. Yeah, she went off on that white man, Scott Jennings. She went off on him. I'm finna play it. All they could worry about is her. Let me look.
Listen, 85% of federal workers work outside of Washington, D.C. Those are people who work at our national parks. Those are people who work on, the ag departments in farm bureau states. Those are people who are taking care of Medicaid and processing payments for people in red states like where Donald Trump lives. So we need to stop being so cavalier, Scott, about people and whether they're working or not and how come they're so upset about getting an email. Because these are people's livelihoods.
Because some are
You have the
cavalier.
privilege of sitting here getting a six-figure paycheck from CNN.
Abigail, you need to control your show. They're watching you. Remember, Joy Reid just got fired. She just got fired. Control your show.
I had to show up and earn it. And I had to show up and earn it.
Public servants, and they do the same.
And I had
the
to show
fact
up.
that you assume that they don't
I
is
had to show up
obnoxious
and
and insulting to those people.
Yes, sir. You have to show up every day because you're under contract. Yes, you have to show up every day. When you took that job, you and your agent sat there and went over the figures. That was one of the conditions in the contract. You have to show up every day. Yes, you wanted that money, so you have to show up. I'll tell you why, Brother Torian, because she doesn't have the capacity to control a show. She's better on panels. She's better for sound bites. I'm sorry, Abby, I gotta say it. Based on my observations the last 4 years, you can't control a show. Nobody taught you how to do that. See, it's easy to bring people on, let them argue. You still got to control it. You have veterans that have been in the game longer than you, they can't do it. There's an art form to controlling a show. You have to, and I'm sorry to say it, but you have to have power. You have to exude power. Piers Morgan does not exude power. Jeremy over there at Geeks and Gamers does not exude power. Abby Phillip does not exude power. This is why most people, when they look at your clips or your stuff goes viral, you're in a crowd setting. Or you're doing something stupid on your own. Like Rachel Maddow when she starts crying and looking like Bob Saget. She is a bystander on her own show. Again, they gave her this show because they let her, after she said what she said about January 6th, and she let them in her home to watch her natural birth and do the documentary, they gave her a job. But now with Joy Reid getting fired, with Melissa Harris Perry getting fired, the other chick getting fired, Jonathan Capehart just got fired. She's on the chopping block next. She's going to be the next one. Piers Morgan is so irrelevant right now. Unless I see a clip on X, I don't even know when his show is on. And the only thing CNN is known for now, clip-wise, is when you get people to yell at Scott Jennings. So you need that DEI person to get hits. That's crazy. That's crazy. But, such is life.
Let's discuss with our panel. Alvin Tillery is founder of the
What
Alliance
is
for Black
this?
Equality. Antoine Seawright is a Democrat.
Why does Antoine look like Kenan Thompson?
Let's discuss with our panel. Alvin Tillery is founder of the Alliance for Black Equality. Antoine Seawright is a Democratic strategist, and Tara Setmeyer is co-founder and CEO of the Seneca Project.
That wig is crazy. That wig is crazy.
I want to dive into the reason why we brought you all here in just a moment. But Tara, I want to talk to you first about some breaking news that we're just getting in here at CNN. President-elect Trump is expected to announce in the coming days that Stephen Miller, his top immigration advisor, will serve as White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. Tara,
Hello, Chosen.
Stephen Miller's politics and his policy ideas all too well. We should remind our viewers he was one of the architects of the family separation policy during the first Trump administration. That policy, for viewers who don't remember it, resulted in the separation of thousands of migrant families.
Obama started it.
Basically taking children away from their mothers when they came across the border into this country unlawfully. Tara, your reaction to Stephen Miller being...
Haven't you noticed that ever since this election was over, Sarah Huckabee Sanders has been irrelevant? She's over there just running her state of Arkansas, but she's irrelevant. They're not even mentioning her name as a possible candidate for president. There you go.
Tap for this kind of a role?
Well, that's what people voted for. I suggest lots of folks who voted for Donald Trump go back and...
If you... Hold on, D. I don't know if you've been here, but if you think that everything is not about race, you haven't been living in this country long enough.
Watch a lot of interviews and media appearances by Stephen Miller. And you see who he is. He's a despicable human being. He's a racist and a xenophobe, and his own family has disowned him. And this is now who...
Who cares? Okay, you talking shite right now. Who cares? Okay, his family disowned him. Who cares? People have been disowned for less. Who cares? Anyway, we continue. Should we play the Pam Bondi again? Let's piss Eli off some more.
And we are going to bring in something called the gun violence restraining order. So if someone is civilly committed, typically you can hold for up to 72 hours, but people are getting out within 24 hours, the majority of them. So what we want to do is let law enforcement come in and take the guns. There are dangerous...
MAGA, show me all this winning. Can't Hotep, what it is. Show me all this winning. This is winning?
You want them to take the guns and
when they are
not go through 6 months of legal trial.
Cannon, I don't care where she said it. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. We know how them cops operate. They can they have a hand in saying if you have to be sent to the puzzle factory. I don't like this. Because somehow, some way, those mentally ill people had to pass a background check and they got the guns. Who are them? I don't like this.
Exactly, but we also have to give the mentally ill the due process in which they deserve, President. So what we're doing is they're going to be able to take the guns when they're taken into custody, into the hospital, and then when they're released, within 24 hours or 72 hours later, typically it's 24 hours, but law enforcement will have 72 hours to determine whether they should give those guns back or they can go to a judge and say, Your Honor, please keep these guns. We feel this person is still a danger to himself or others.
So this would not have worked the way it's currently constituted. This would not have worked with Cruz as it's currently constituted.
As it's currently written.
So you're going to make changes.
We're going to make changes.
And she made changes in Florida. And now it's passed. Now they're doing that down there in Florida. I don't want the Baker Act set up as a federal law. I don't want that. But hey, if y'all want that, y'all like it, I love it. They ain't taking my guns. Is this the oh, listen, CRU, you know they don't want to go through no trial. You know that. But Cannon, she's AG now. What is she saying now, 7 years later, that's convincing him? That's what I'm afraid of. We'll say a new little slogan for the country. Don't Florida my country. Y'all can use that to your heart's content. Don't Florida my country. I like insurance. Yeah, it sucks. I got to pay for it every month, but I kind of like it. Gives me peace of mind. Well, Shamika, remember, these folk tell you that KKK don't exist. Cannon, he gonna have to show me his two-way stuff because I ain't seeing it. You better at it than me. You gonna have to show me because I ain't seeing it. And especially you got an attorney general. You got the top lawyer in the country. I don't trust this man. But anyway, don't Florida my country. I know how you feel about him staying 10 toes, but listen, did you see what Cash said? And he was sitting there loving on some Cash. You heard what that man said? We finna play it again. We gonna play it again. This is who they said. When you mean what 2A? Your guns.
Home Israelis and make sure we stand by our number one ally in Israel. We need America to wake up and prioritize Israel. Bring home Israelis and make sure we stand by our number one ally in Israel.
Why did it look like he reading a script? Yeah, red flag laws are dangerous. This right here is more for me on the fact that it's not so much that they want to change the laws, is they want to subjugate the people. That's what's fucking me up more than anything. And MAGA sitting there and allowing this because it's Trump. And it goes back to what I said a few months ago. If it was anybody else running MAGA, half of this shit, first off, they wouldn't even have won the election. But number two, half of this shit, they would be sitting out there screaming bloody murder, talking about this ain't what we stand for.
Machinery that feeds money into Iran.
Uh-huh.
No longer
Iran.
100 hostages still in
Right.
captivity, Israeli and American and otherwise, by Hamas and Iran's Hezbollah mercenary forces. We need America to wake up and prioritize Israel, bring home Israelis, and make sure we stand by our number one ally in Israel.
I thought that was the UK, but all right. Okay. Well, the only reason why I'm still optimistic on the 2A front because we got more guns. And we actually got people that actually respect the 2A laws. They'd actually go outside and fight for 2A. But yeah, this is Trump's DI cabinet, and they just doing a bang up job. I'm finna play Byron. I need to be cheered up. I'm gonna play DeSantis saying Byron Donalds. I'm not giving no endorsement. I need to play that again. That was hilarious yesterday. You caught 3 new ones. There you go. I bet you they're all gonna be crab colored, right? Get some.
Office. I want these congressmen focused on enacting his agenda. They haven't done very much yet. They're not putting his executive orders into place.
Talk.
We'll see what they do on the spending. We have such a narrow majority that to be trying to campaign other places and missing these votes, I think is not something that's advisable at all. And so the reality is we've
Why does this look like a video interview for a job in 26?
achieved victories in Florida. We need to start achieving those victories up there. So I think people look at it and say, you got a guy like Byron, he just hasn't been a part of any of the victories these last years. He's just not been a part of it. He's been in other states campaigning, doing that, and that's fine. But okay, well then deliver results up there. That's what I want to see. I want to see them delivering results for the people of Florida. We deliver it here all the time for the people of Florida, and that's what we need to be doing. And so
Oh, hey, Byron, it ain't fun when the rabbit turns the gun on you, huh? Why? Wait a minute. Did Satan come outside on you and said you ain't achieved no victories down there? You wasn't putting in no work. You put in no work. I'm finna send this to TBA. I just saw his post. We finna put this in here. DeSantis on Byron. He went in on that man. Oh, no, he did not just say that. He said you had no wins down here. I'm telling you, DeSantis saw that video of him at the DNC and he got pissed. He said, screw this man. We're going to let him go on the vine and die. They got to pass me a bag to say Byron would be great for Florida. Oh, my God. Byron, but you think because they got an R next to their name, you all are working together? Let me help you, sir. You're MAGA. He's not. This is why I told MAGA remember I told MAGA the other day, them Republicans, you think they're going to sit up there and allow you to take over their party? They setting y'all up for failure. We mean DeSantis ain't right, Kenny. He's 100% correct, and I hate DeSantis. Byron Donalds wants to be a celebrity. He don't want to be in Florida. He wants to be a celebrity. Going to Congress was to boost his profile so that he could run in Florida, win, and he would be a visible governor. That's what he wanted. This man's running the CNN, and people talking about, oh, he's going to go talk to the enemy. No, he's going to boost his profile. Correct, Cannon. Exactly. That's all of them. That's why I have my saying. They all don't care about the country. They all want to be celebrities. He's hoping Kenan Thompson on SNL parodies him. He wants that. He saw Trump get parodied, Obama, Michelle. He saw Biden. He saw Jill. He saw Kamami. Hell, he even saw Mike Pence. Mike Pence, who has no charisma. People parody them on SNL. He ain't get parodied yet. Well, Cannon, they're talking about running his wife. And then I heard yesterday some other Republican chick. I think she's Latino down there. So they already got two, because you already know the Democrats are going to run some suave Latino, probably Gallego. Not Gallego. What's his name? The one that ran Miami. They're probably going to run him. So Byron ain't going to win. If he goes up against a Latino, he's not going to win. Especially what he said about reparations. He's not winning. And them Caribbeans down there, watch Byron Downs, who's Caribbean, watch they people get deported, and he didn't say a word. They'll remember that. Nah, Gillum's done in that state. He on a podcast thing, and that podcast failed, and he can't go back to politics. That's why he did the podcast. That would be desperation. But you know what's funny? If they do run Gillum, he would beat Byron Donalds. He would beat him. But they're not. Florida's not that stupid. I know there's alligator piss in the water, but they're not that stupid. But again, this is Florida. So I know what's gonna happen though. When DeSantis leaves, a whole bunch of people gonna come outside and start crying, talking about come back. Yeah, the bisexual freak off. Yep, that killed it. But the fact that DeSantis came outside and was this bold, I was like, shit. He's like, listen, Don, you in my state, right? You ain't paying no taxes on that property, right? You want that changed? I need that bag. And you can't mention Byron. Nah, he wasn't at a Diddy party. That was the hotel room with the white boy and them drugs. That was way before Diddy. Where did he get caught up at? Was that Tallahassee? Is that where he got caught up at? Let me see. Andrew Gillum. Let me see. Where did he get caught up at? Oh, it was Miami Beach. Nah, that hotel didn't look expensive enough, so Diddy wouldn't be showed up in there. But that's crazy that the police released those photos. That was crazy. They buck broke that man. They buck broke that man right there. They showed his bare ass, paws, and all and everything. Woo. One more time. I want to hear it.
Donald Trump just got into office. I want these congressmen focused on enacting his agenda.
Isn't it funny how after like 6 to 9 months, DeSantis changed his tune on Trump because he was giving Trump the business during the election cycle?
They haven't done very much yet. They're not putting his executive orders into place. We'll see what they do on the spending. But we have such a narrow majority that to be trying to campaign other places and missing these votes, I think is not something that's advisable at all. And so the reality is we've achieved victories in Florida.
Rob Smith ain't my boy.
We need to start achieving those victories up there. So I think people
Rob Smith.
look at it and say,
Rob Smith, fuck around.
He just hasn't been a part of any of the victories that we've had here over the left.
Say it again to Satan.
We've achieved victories in Florida. We need to start achieving those victories up there. So I think people look at it and say, you got a guy like Byron. He just hasn't been a part of any of the victories that we've had here.
He hasn't been a part of any of the victories. That man basically said he ain't Florida no more. He DC. Wow. He said he's so out of touch with his district. And remember, during that hurricane, Fort Myers got hit. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see any photos of Byron Donalds on the ground helping out. I didn't see it. I'm sure he got his family to safety, but I didn't see him go back there and move no tree branches. I ain't seen him with no broom in his hand. I didn't see it. The Satan at least got an excuse. He's the governor. He's got an excuse. That man didn't even turn somebody's gas off. That's crazy. And the top man in Florida, besides the coach of Florida State or the University of Florida, because they're state employees and they get a hell of a contract that makes them a state employee that's very well paid. The fact that the Satan got that much sway to screw your governorship up, or the potential of it, is crazy. Gillen was in there like, take the facts. And the white boy said, okay.
He's been in other states campaigning doing that, and that's fine. But okay, well then deliver results up there.
That man said deliver results up there. How the hell are you going to be up there with all the power? So basically the Satan's saying with more power, you're not doing anything. So you're going to have less power in Florida. Why should they respect you enough to vote for you if you're going to come down here and try to run a state with less power than the federal government? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. This is Florida is going to be a fun state to watch next year. Let me look. You know what? Let's look. Maybe they got some early. Let's see. Early Florida governor nominees. Like somebody tried to yell at me yesterday on X talking about Byron Donalds didn't file no paperwork. I'm like, stupid. That's not how this works. They float these names around within 2 years of the seat getting open. What are you talking about? Here you go, see? There you go. From the Sun Sentinel, DeSantis slams Trump's choice for next Florida governor, touts his wife for job. His wife. I know Byron well. I've seen him tested at the highest and most difficult levels, and he is a total winner. Trump wrote on his True Social site that barely anybody saw. Byron Donalds will truly be a great and powerful governor for Florida, which by extension would make you governor of Florida. The next day at the CPAC, Donalds told people to stay tuned. Not so fast, DeSantis suggested Monday a news conference in Tampa at which he offered criticism of Donald and praise for his wife. Moments later, the governor said Casey DeSantis would win big if she ran for governor and would build on what he's done in the job. I won by the biggest margin than any Republican has ever won a governor's race here in Florida. She would do better than me. Like, there's no question about that. That would happen, and she's somebody that has, I think, the intestinal fortitude. Somebody was watching WWE and Mick Foley. And the dedication to conservative principles that, you know, anything we've accomplished, she'd be able to take to the next level. Conservative principles. Okay, dude. The governor wasn't speaking off the cuff. He was sure to be asked about Donalds after Trump's endorsement last week. Facts. And he thought about it. So that was on his heart. He don't like Byron. Here we go. The inescapable conclusion, said Sean Foreman, a political scientist at Barry University, is that a Donalds Casey DeSantis contest is coming. The race is on, Foreman said. Otherwise, why tease it? Why potentially upset Trump and Donalds and other Republicans by doing this unless you're gearing up for that big primary fight? There's no reason to toy with my wife's going to run with governor unless she's going to run for governor. We've heard rumors. Now they've turned into stories. Now it's just a matter of time before we get an announcement. And the announcement has to come sooner rather than later because of Trump's endorsement of Donalds, Foreman said. And other candidates could enter the race as well. The Trump endorsement is enormously important, which no one knows better than Ron DeSantis. Here we go. DeSantis and Donalds also were once political allies, so close that Donalds introduced DeSantis at the governor's 2022 re-election victory rally, but Donalds endorsed Trump over DeSantis for president. And in 2023, DeSantis and Donalds were at odds when state guidance on teaching Black history said slaves developed skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. Donalds, who is Black, wrote on social media that the standards are good, robust, and accurate. That being said, the attempt to feature the personal benefits of slavery is wrong and needs to be adjusted. DeSantis allies question Donald's conservative bona fides. Well, he's not a conservative. No vortex, no. He does not want him to be his successor. Donalds has the same kind of challenge DeSantis faced heading into 2018. Florida is a big state with many members of Congress, and it's difficult for one to get known statewide outside of their home district. That was evidence in a February 18 poll released by the University of North Florida, in which voters were asked their views about several political figures and organizations. Among Republicans, Donalds was viewed favorably by 27% and unfavorably by 2%, but 60% had never heard of him, and another 10% said they didn't know. Jeez. And you see why I said about 10 minutes ago about him running all over the place, getting on TV. He's trying to get known. Yes, Seven, you go with the winning horse, but as a sign of solidarity, he should have endorsed this Satan. He had nothing to lose. He wasn't good. Even though we kept joking, saying he was angling for a job, we knew he wasn't going to get a job in the Trump administration. The only thing that could have damaged him was Trump not endorsing him when he tries to run again, either for that congressional seat or the governorship. But again, you don't need that, because if you put in enough work in your state, they wouldn't have cared. They would have voted for you. But here we go. 60% of them people in that state never heard of him. That's crazy. As much time as he's been on TV and as conservative as Florida is in certain areas, how the hell you don't know who he is? So that means his marketing sucks. Casey DeSantis was viewed favorably by 57% of Republicans, unfavorably by 3%, with a smaller 28% saying they never heard of her and 12% saying they didn't know. It's so unique with Casey DeSantis being a first lady of this state, not having run for office before. That would typically make someone an outsider and not a strong candidate for office, said Foreman, which was also Trump. But in this case, Casey DeSantis has been a close advisor to the governor throughout his term and half, and she had a career in television before. And the people who have met her talked about how she would be a great candidate and public servant. So we're gonna have another TV chick trying to be in the top position. All right. So basically, she's Carrie Lake. Basically, okay. In many ways, this could be a DeSantis third term. There's a lot at stake for the governor to protect her candidacy. That's crazy. Do y'all want it one more time before I have to head out of here and go to work? Y'all want it one more time? If you want it one more time, put the Florida emoji in there. If not, I'm leaving. Put the Florida emoji. I know they got one up in there. Or put a palm tree. Or an orange. Put an orange. That might be easier. Put an orange in there. If you want me to play this video one more time. If not, I'm going to work. And shout out to Jeff Charles for trolling white people yesterday about Dan Bongino becoming acting FBI director. I'm sorry, deputy director. So he's number 2. Leave Big Ron alone. He just good people. Shit. All right, we're going to play it real quick.
Donald Trump just got into office. I want these congressmen focused on enacting his agenda. They
AKA leave my state alone.
haven't done very much yet. They're not putting his executive orders into place. We'll see what they do on the spending. But we have such a narrow majority that to be trying to campaign other places and missing these votes, I think is not something that's advisable at all. And so the reality is, we've achieved victories in Florida. We need to start achieving those victories up there. So I think people look at it and say, you got a guy like Byron. He just hasn't been a part of any of the victories that we've had here over the left over these last years. He's just not been a part of it. He's been in other states campaigning, doing that.
So were you. You did that during the hurricane. You were in Ohio, and then you went to New Hampshire and Pennsylvania before you went home to survey the damage. Let's not play games.
And that's fine, but okay, well then deliver results up there. That's what I want to see. I want to see them delivering results for the people of Florida. We deliver it here all the time for the people of Florida, and that's what we need to be doing. And so
this is going to be crazy. This is going to be a crazy election cycle next year. It's going to be crazy. Woo! But anyway, y'all, I got to head to work. This was a good live. We pissed off the white supremacists, and, such is life. They always get mad. Talking about, you got TDS. Uh-huh. Now, what's the price of tea in China? And don't count for inflation. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. I'm almost at 10,000. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Thank you, Joy Reid. That's insane. We almost at 250,000 views on that video. That's crazy. And I could have violated her in that video, but I didn't. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Look, last 7 days, I've had Watch hours, 1 million. 1 million minutes watched. That's crazy. That's insane. Joyful, joyful, joyless, joyless. We don't adore thee. I heard what's her name? I heard somebody on MSNBC come outside and say that firing her was wrong. And then, but remember, and before we go, last thing. Remember how they lied and said that, well, not lied, but they tried to tell me that old Vivek wasn't running for Ohio, even though we called this months ago. Now look, he announced it. It's official. There you go. Oh no, people said it. Remember when we did that? And I just kept showing them, I'm like, yo, he's running. That's why he left Doge. They told me, oh, he crazy. Elon and them love him. And then he left. He left Doge because of that stupid post. I said, yeah, now he gonna run for Ohio, and now y'all gonna come outside. And here we are. Bruh, let me tell you something. Vivek, you're not gonna win that state. I swear to God, even with a Trump endorsement, they're gonna forget about that. Look how early he did it. Look how early he did it. They're gonna forget about it. When is the race? 2026. They're going to forget this. But anyway, I'm going to work. Hopefully y'all have a great day. Be productive. Be safe. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.